Okay, question 26. So we're asked here to use half angle formulas. So this is the cosine of sum of half of an angle. So these are formulas we get from that are listed there in question 1. So what we need to do is figure out, well, 112.5 is half of what? So 112.5, if it's half of something, if we add it to itself, we'll get what it's half of, right? So that's 0, carry the 1, that's 4, 5, 2, 25. So it's, what we really have is we have the cosine of 225 over 2. Because if you cut 225 in half, that's what you get. Okay, so what goes in here is 225. And we're going to choose A. And the reason we choose A is because the half angle is 1 plus cosine, not 1 minus, so we can get rid of these two right away. And then how do we know it's the negative, not the plus? Well, we have to locate the angle that we're dealing with. So 112, where is it? Well, here's 90, here's 180. 112 is between those two somewhere. It's in the second quadrant, and cosine is negative in the second quadrant. Okay, so that's basically it. 112 is going to be a negative because that's where it's at. So we use this one, and how do we go about figuring that one out? Well, we can use a reference angle to figure out what cosine is. Cosine of 225 actually is down here in the third quadrant, right? So that's the other thing. So we use 225 is down here. Half that angle is up here. And if you look at 225, it's a 45-degree angle is our reference angle. See, 180 to 225, that's 45 degrees. So we use our cosine of 45 using reference angles. And remember, from just using the counting principle, cosine of 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2, 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2, and 60 is square root of 1 over 2. Those are the values. Our value is square root of 2 over 2. However, since we're doing the cosine, remember in here is the cosine of 225, so let's go ahead and put this here. We're going to have minus square root of 1 plus the cosine of 225 all over 2. What's the cosine of 225? It's going to be square root of 2 over 2, but it's going to be negative because it's in the third quadrant. Okay, so this is square root minus on the outside. It's going to be minus square root of 2 over 2. So as I'm setting up, I'm going to see I'm going to get a fraction here for this part, minus square root of 2 over 2. I'm going to rewrite 1 with a common denominator. 1 is also 2 over 2, right? 2 over 2. That is another way to write 1. But now it's got a common denominator. And I still have this 2 down here, and the square root goes all the way down. So that gives me minus. Now they've got a common denominator, so I get 2 minus square root of 2. 2 minus square root of 2 over 2. That's these two combining, divided by 2. Get a fraction over a fraction, sort of. Or complex fraction, I guess they call those. And then when you're dividing, so dividing by 2, this is going to be, remember, think of it as like 2 over 1, and so you flip and multiply. So we end up with 2 minus square root of 2 over 2. That's the numerator. The denominator flipped is 1/2. So then we multiply. that's 2 minus square root of 2 over 4. 2 times 2. Square root of 4 is 2, so we can simplify it a little bit. You get just the radicals left in the top. 2 minus square root of 2. So a radical within a radical, but that happens. Over 2. Square root of 4 is 2. So that's our final answer there. That's what goes right into this box. And the system liked it just fine. So again, this one's A, and 225 goes in there. So this is really the answer. And just make sure you check the A box. And then this is the second answer there. Thanks.